My, my first job was as an elevator operator in the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And that was before elevators had push buttons on them for each floor, so there was an operator who had a device in his hand that he could make the elevator go up, stop, and go down. That was my job.
Stan Richards' first job as a kid didn't have much of a future.
My mom was absolutely convinced that I was going to be the next Da Vinci.
He suspected he'd have to die first to become known for fine art, so he chose commercial art instead. Left Philadelphia and enrolled in America's top design school, Pratt Institute in New York City. And there he met his hero.
There was one key instructor at Pratt, a guy named Herschel Levitt, who was probably the single most profound influence that I had in the early part of my career, and his influence continues today.
Levitt insisted on one thing:
that all of us who were going to follow a career in design had to have a wide enough frame of reference that we could bring a lot of information into play for everything that we did. So we had to know literature, we had to know poetry, we had to know music, we had to know theater, we had to know dance.
Levitt told his students to get a life, to experience their world in order to be good designers. And Stan Richards has passed along that credo to his amazingly creative staff at the Richards Group.
So all of us are expected to get here on time in the morning, and all of us are expected to go home at 6 o'clock in the evening. And I know for me, when I walk out of here at 6, and you can set your clock by that, unless there's a crisis. If there's a crisis, I will stay as long as I need to. But as I walk by people, and if they're still here at 6 o'clock, I very clearly tell them to go home. I think it's important that they spend that time with their families.
He hated his first agency job in New York and set out for California. Along the way, he stopped in Texas, in Dallas. He stayed and has created the kind of agency he'd like to work for himself. Everyone's ideas, from the youngest hire to the designer who's been there 16 years, are important. He's removed the doors. Even his own office is open to all comers. He had a central staircase installed that makes it easy to meet on the stairs. Monday morning creative sessions are jammed with newcomers and old-timers who share what they're doing with him and the others. If you're the last in, you sit on the floor. He's proud of two campaigns that just about everybody in America recognizes. But what he's proudest of is his agency, his people.
If you look at what I've helped accomplish over the years, it's not centered on individual campaigns. It's being able to build a major advertising agency that's recognized nationally as one of the half a dozen best in America, and managing to attract and keep extraordinarily talented people who build that reputation all day, every day. We have the highest retention rate of any agency in America. We find outstanding people. We keep them for a very, very long time.
As a matter of fact, Stan Richards has chosen to stay, too. What is his role?
My title is still creative guy. That's what I do. That's what I've done for the last 55 years, and that's what I hope to continue to do.
So tonight, we welcome to the Dallas Business Hall of Fame our 2010 laureate, Stan Richards.